If you haven't checked them out yet, jump onto the website. Our STIFYs are on there. I'm not actually talking about my penis this time, but we've basically given a bunch of awards to the best and worst video games and movies. So if you haven't checked them out yet, jump onto senselessthinking.com. It's a very image-heavy page. Again,
yes, it's very graphic.
Again, no penises.
Well, I wouldn't say there's no penises, but there's not real penis.
It's a blurred out penis.
Yeah.
Again, it's not my penis. Just making that clear.
Tastefully done.
It's actually my penis.
Ah, it's fair enough. I was impressed by how realistic it looked. Like beyond
Thank you. The penis fucking the brain?
No, not that one.
No, not that one. The
trophy.
Yeah, the trophy.
Trophy penis.
Did you make like a scale model before you...
Oh, no, I just took a photo and used Photoshop to blur it out so I wouldn't offend many people.
Yes, it's our first annual Senseless Thinking International Financial Year Awards, the STIFYs. And so we hope you've all had a chance to check them out, because we've decided that we've got enough authority on all of this stuff that we can give awards.
Personally, I thought it was awfully presumptuous of us to assume that it was okay for us to...
Put our STIFYs on the net.
That too. But no, they're not on our website. I posted them to a completely different website. Sorry, I didn't tell you about that, did I?
You explained to me how we are less qualified to give awards than the Academy.
First off, we don't actually have awards to give people. I assume that
I don't think that matters.
I assume that when awards are given, that most of the time the person giving the awards actually sends something out to...
Okay, we're going to send golden dildos out to all of the game developers and film studios who...
Pretty sure there's already a ceremony that awards...
We didn't go with the golden dildo, though.
Statues.
No, our statue ended up being the brain.
The gilded brain.
Isn't there already a... I would be surprised if there isn't already an award that...
You're probably thinking for the
statues.
adult video awards.
Adult movie.
But that's just, I think it's like the Oscars, except the guy's got a boner.
They're not called the STIFYs either, are they?
I hope not. Because it would be a shame if we came up with such a terrible acronym just to have violated copyright law.
That would be a bit of...
We would have spelled it differently.
Yes, it would be spelled differently.
Yeah,
you'd have to think...
Presumably theirs is spelled correctly.
Yes. And
see, ours is an acronym.
Yeah, theirs probably isn't.
And we're missing the F, so it would be pronounced STIFY.
I don't know how I know this, but I've got a funny feeling it's called something like the Bonies. Maybe that's just something I've seen
I'm
on
not
a
sure,
cartoon.
but that sounds like it would be right.
I'm surprised you don't know, Endo.
It does sound like the kind of thing I should know.
You are a foremost authority on the adult entertainment industry.
I'm surprised you don't, look up all the awards and watch the most...
Yeah, but they give awards to such stupid things like best rack and best gangbang scene. I want to know which film had the best cinematography, sound design,
who the producer was,
best set piece,
best score,
best score,
musical score,
yeah,
scripting, best original soundtrack.
No, I don't really find that too much of an issue, but a good screenplay is essential.
Is it?
I'd say so. I need to know why these people are going at it. Why does this pizza boy have his dick in a box?
Josh, the fundamental behind any good film of any kind.
Okay, hang on. We're calling them films now.
Well, we also call movies films, and they're just as digital half the time.
That's not what I meant.
You're not talking about how it's filmed?
No, I'm talking...
videoed?
Okay.
Digitally recorded?
Yeah, I would say that most.
No, he's saying that the adult movies aren't high class.
They're not artsy enough.
Yeah, not artsy enough to be called films.
Same reason I wouldn't call Transformers a film. X-Men First Class, on the other hand, masterpiece. Film.
It was a great movie.
As you'll see in our STIFYs.
Hey.
Do not bring it up, Josh.
You'll also see we had a STIFY for True Grit.
True Grit.
What
won
other movies did we have Stiffies for?
Best game, worst game, best movie. Basic stuff like that.
Best way to find out, read the article.
Yeah. Rather than allow Lanky to
Get too punny.
get too punny, yeah.
We could have had an award for her. No, I lost it.
Well, we did give Dead Rising 2 an award for a terrible pun. It was the Gorgonzola, Vintage Gorgonzola award for cheesiest dialogue.
Cheesiest dialogue, yes. What was it?
Which was a pun the main character made. You
I
killed a guy with a circular saw.
I saw what you did.
And everybody who plays the game just groans uncontrollably. They don't even realise they're doing it.
That game was so brilliant. For so many reasons.
What reasons? Is
It's
it
fun.
Too many to name.
It was fun. It was mindless. The dialogue was
Terrible.
terrible, but it was so terrible that it became awesome.
It all came together perfectly.
Yeah, it did. It was almost like it was such a mess of. I can't.
So bad it's good.
Yeah, kind of. It was kind of like the. I'm not going to compare it to a train wreck where you can't take your eyes off it because then I think I'm saying something completely different. But yes, it was
so bad they're good.
Yeah, train wrecks aren't good, but I thought it was just one of the most fun games I've played in a very long time. Yeah,
It wasn't fun enough for me to finish the game, but
I finished it.
for the time I was playing, I did have fun.
Finished it. It's one of the few games I did finish.
I would have liked to have seen more real life brands and advertising in the game.
Yeah.
You're a fan of in-game advertising?
I'm not a fan of it. I'm actually trying to roll us into our next topic somehow.
For once, we have. I reckon in one of these podcasts, just once, we have to make a segue without having to mention that what we were doing was segueing to the next.
Well, if Ando hadn't become so confused.
Yes. I was getting ready to high five Josh afterwards for doing it seamlessly, but I guess we'll have to wait till next week as we improve that a little bit further.
I'm with Ando. I didn't get it either.
No.
I just thought you wanted more advertising in the game.
And I couldn't figure out why you would want that.
Yes.
Well,
He wanted him to be using a Nokia telephone or something in the game.
I want to be able to mow zombies down with a Victor mower. Or
Black and Decker.
Black and
Or get
Decker.
health back by knocking down a Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of advertising they would have in a game like that.
Well, alcohol did give you a lot of health back, but then did make you
Not
drunk.
as much as orange juice.
Really healthy.
Again, golden circle.
But yes, you know what really is going on to what we were wanting to talk about. Terrifying new ad on television. The Hungry Jack's ad.
You mean the one with the scary rabbits?
Yes, the one with what I presume is a gang of muggers, and it starts. If you haven't seen the ad, it starts late at night with a creepy, angry-looking person in an angry-looking rabbit costume standing outside a Hungry Jack store in the middle of the night. Car park's empty. There's one girl behind the register. He's standing there staring at her. Next scene, she looks up, a little bit startled, and there's one rabbit sort of standing over her, breathing heavily, and it's advertising their new Twin Deals scene, or something like that.
Mates Pack or something.
Mates Pack or something like that, yeah.
Right.
And basically in the ad, every time she looks up, there's more and more of these rabbits as this gang.
Why doesn't she stop looking away?
The thing that bugs me about that ad is that the rabbit costumes are so frightening. I have actually seen like rabbit costumes that are almost cute. The only thing that needs to change about these costumes is the eyes. They've got angry eyes.
Do you think it's to do with the nighttime setting too?
Well, yeah,
it's everything.
Terrifying.
Everything set it up to look like this poor girl is about to get mugged or worse But I watch that ad every time, and I want to run to the local Hungry Jack's just to make sure there's not a crime happening.
And the poor girl.
The other thing that's my problem, who on earth would leave a young girl on her own in a Hungry Jack's store in the middle of the night? That seems like poor staff choice to me. They were just asking for that gang to come in and rob those clothes. And
So the ad is a call for help for working conditions?
that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, they claim it's for this new mates pack thing, but
But really it's just the workers trying to form a union.
the most terrifying thing of all is that it's probably aimed at children, and I would imagine that those rabbits would give most children nightmares, probably forcing parents to not take their children to a Hungry Jack's store because it gives them Vietnam-style flashbacks.
Maybe that's the goal. Maybe the health food lobbyists have said that they have to use terrifying imagery in the ads now to try and avoid that thing with fast food companies are being blamed, accused of targeting young children, and so. That explains why Hungry Jacks have obviously gotten away with it for too long, because, I mean, McDonald's have always had that terrifying clown thing.
Yeah.
Not to mention their
and Grimace.
real beef and real bacon campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And Bertie, who's actually a duck.
Well, see, the thing with the real bacon and the real beef and the real eggs and the real food campaign that they had a few years ago at McDonald's, that would frighten adults. That's not going to frighten children.
What was
Children
I
don't.
eating?
It sounds good at first, but then you think about it for a second and you say, what have I been eating since I was 4 years old?
You're driving along in your car, you're like, now with real beef. Then you vomit out the window as you realise you haven't been eating real beef.
You hurl up years and years of McDonald's.
Because presumably it was some kind of plastic or something that just...
I assume that's what Grimace was. Here's what the burgers used to be made out of.